Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful connecting with you, saying hi. Hello, how do you do? What's happening? What is going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings. I speak unto you. Ooh, voice is a little raspy this morning. It's a little raspy. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. Let's do it. For those who will hashtag it and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I can appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's just make it do what it do. All right? So blessings, 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 and more blessings. Blessings, 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 and more blessings to you. Um, so yes, 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 yes. Blessings, 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 and more blessings. Um, done. Done. Okay. So what are we talking about today? What are we talking about? We're talking about this notion of don't cheat yourself by taking the easy way out. Now, you know, in life offers us opportunities to show up in different ways for different things. And in life, we can show up, and how we get there, how we show up, like what we use, what's our process, the process, you know, oftentimes we talk about the destination, but the destination ain't the big thing. The big thing is the process, right? The big thing is what it actually is going to take for us to get there. The big thing is what's the process of us building our muscles and all of those things. So it's not so much the destination that's the issue as it is the process. It's not really about the destination. It's more so about the process, right? What it is that we um what it is that we will go through, what we have to go through in order to get there. That's what matters most. That's what matters most. What is necessary for our process for us to be able to get to a certain place. Right? That's the and so when we think about um when we think about oh, what am I saying? What am I saying? Um, I don't know. Excuse me. My mind keeps going back to something that I just realized I need to do. I just realized kind of the time frame I'm in. And so I'm like, man, I need to do that pronto. But anyway, we good. So, what am I trying to talk about this morning? Don't cheat yourself by taking the easy way out. There's muscles that's built when we take the stairs as opposed to taking the elevator. So you can take that analogy and apply it to anything in life. We can't elevator our way to build moral muscles. We can't elevate our way to build spiritual muscles. We can't elevate our way to build physical muscles. If we just get on and off the elevator, that's not really doing a lot. But if we take those stairs to the floors every time, there's some benefits to taking the stairs. Do you see? So I'm inviting you and I to take the stairs in our life, to make sure that you're giving yourself the opportunity to build the muscle that you need to build the muscle that you want to build the muscle that is yours to build. So what would that look like? Where in life are you tempted to take the easy way out? There's some tools and technologies. There's some systems that are built for us to make things easier for us. My question is, what does it cost you? What does it cost you to use the technologies that are made available instead of doing it the old-fashioned way? Yep, there's some benefits to technology, but there usually are costs as well. There usually are costs. And so that's my question to you is, what are your costs? What are your costs? What does it cost you to use technology instead of using your being? Right? So what about the technologies that mimic intelligence, mimic our brain power? What about it when we use that instead of using our brain, instead of using our mind? And I'm not saying don't use it at all, but I am saying that what's the cost? Is the way that you're using it costing you? Good morning, cousin. All is well. I'll pray the same for you. Right? It's the way that you're using it. So it's important that we do our own work, that we do our own heavy lifting before we hand it off. Because if we just hand it off and let other people or other things do the heavy lifting for us, we don't grow in a way that's intended for us to grow. Also, we don't get to have the sheer validation of, I did that. Good morning, Ray Price. Thank you for your prayers. We don't get the benefit. Do you know how when you work really hard to make something happen, to get something done, and then it's done, and you have the experience of, I did that. There's validation, there's growth, there is expansion, there is increase, there is a bridge that you build in order to do the next thing that you weren't ready to do before you did this previous thing. One thing builds and connects to another thing. Do you see? So the idea that I did that, I made that happen, this came from me, this was because of me, right? I'm not talking about a whole bunch of, ego-based drama. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a real sober recognition of your contribution, a sober recognition of your contribution. That's what I'm referencing. And so when we think about the idea that I did that, right? As opposed to it was yours to do, but you really allowed other people or technology or whatever to do it for you. You have a product, you have an outcome, but it's not the same. Because even if nobody else knows that that's not your really original work, not fully, it might be your initial idea, but you didn't really do the work. You didn't do the heavy lifting. It comes at cost. So I am not saying don't use tools and technologies that don't take the support that's available to you. I am saying do your part. Do your part. Don't cheat yourself out of taking the easy way out. By taking the easy way out. Don't cheat yourself by taking the easy way out. Because, excuse me, because that comes at cost. That is problematic. It does cost you in order to do that. And so do the work. Do the work. In 2 Timothy, the Apostle Paul says, do the work. BC's, what is it? Preach the word. In and out of season, is it? Do the work of an evangelist. Right. He's telling Timothy, giving Timothy exhortation and encouragement. But he said, do the work. You got to do your work, Timothy. Can't nobody do it for you. And it's not going to be easy, he told him. But I'm going to need you to do the work. This is the same message for us. All of us have our own individual work that helps us to grow as a human, as a divine human, okay? Don't take the divinity out of there. As a divine human, we were divine before human. Our spiritual man existed before our human creation. So what is it, the quote? We are spiritual being having a human experience. Not a human experience. Not a human being having a spiritual experience. That's backwards. That's flipped up on its head. We were before we were created. Our soul existed in eternity. So let's put the soul in front of the human. Yep. And let's leverage that. Let's leverage that. Let's make sure that we are right. Let's make sure that we are taking advantage of the fact that we have a divine element to our being, and we can make the most out of that. So don't cheat yourself by taking the easy way out. There's spiritual development that we can't shortcut. You can't shortcut development anyway. Not if you're going to have it to be lasting. Not if it's going to be sustainable. You can't shortcut. You got to do the heavy lifting. You got to get the weights done. You got to get the steps done, right? You got to do your part, because anything else is not going to be sustainable. So, all right, beloved, we are at the top of the hour, and at the moment, Abba gave us our breath. Me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.